ヒーローというわけではないが、言わせてもらおう。我々が来た。
やるなら全力だ。
All Might is one of the latest characters to enter Jump Force as part of the first DLC character pack. All Might plays as a close-range brawler type character. He wants to be up in his opponent's face at all times with threatening pressure and then mixing them up with various special attacks and combo strings. He has the necessary tools to get in on his opponent and to keep himself there to continue the pressure. All Might appears as the mascot character for the My Hero Academia anime and manga series, as well as being a centripetal part of its story. In a world full of superheroes and villains with their own biological powers known as quirks, All Might is known as the #1 hero. All Might is characterized by his smile, constantly laughing in the face of danger to maintain his identity as the symbol of peace. All Might's quirk allows him to smash his opponents with overwhelming power and endurance, which also allows him to maintain his muscular form. All Might's first ability is called Detroit Smash. Whilst technically a different attack to Deku's, it functions very much the same. This is a reliable ability to end combos in close range. Upon landing, a cinematic animation will play, confirming the hit. If you miss the attack, All Might will instead deal damage to the surrounding area as kind of an aftershock effect. Currently landing its ability will yield slightly high damage, however given the combo requirements to do so, it's almost never worth it to do this. Because of the odd knockup when you hit this ability's shockwave, the after effect it can be very challenging to follow up with certain attacks, so I would advise that you never rely on this, especially when we consider the utility of its other abilities. Originally, I thought this attack was quite useless, and whilst I still think that it's All Might's weakest ability, it serves very nicely as a way to end combos whilst keeping the distance between yourself and your opponent in optimal range. Additionally, the block stun this attack provides is more than sufficient to continue pressure on a blocking opponent. With this ability only costing 1 bar, it's very useful for checking the opponent, pressuring them, and ending a combo in close range. All Might's second ability is called Carolina Smash. I would have to say this is All Might's best ability considering what it can do. On the surface, this attack is fairly simple, a linear dash that causes damage if it connects with the opponent. This dash is quite fast all things considered, and leaves the opponent in a lot of hit stun. It also has armor properties through a number of attacks. All Might himself cannot capitalize off of this hit stun as his recovery is about the same time, so that will leave them both in neutral. However, using an assist to help extend that hit stun can allow for All Might to follow up with another rush string into a Detroit Smash, Awaken ability, or even another Carolina Smash. All Might has a lot of different options for how he wants to extend from this ability, whether it be maximizing his damage or conserving some energy whilst also thinking about the reset positioning. By holding down the ability button, All Might can charge this dash attack, which will slightly increase its damage but mostly increases the range, allowing All Might to catch fleeing opponents much easier. Now, this ability is crazy as is, but the thing that makes it go from strong to outright broken is the fact that it only costs 1 ability bar. This means that with 3 ability bars and an assist, you can combo about 40% of the opponent's health, which is frankly insane. All Might's third ability is another really strong tool, and it's called Oklahoma Smash. Oklahoma Smash has a very predictable startup, making it weaker against better players. This ability is an extremely short-range dash that moves quite slowly as well. However, this is an unblockable attack, so if the opponent gets caught up in its path, they will take a large portion of damage. As All Might dashes forward, he gains momentum, making it harder to dash away from him towards the end of its animation. Despite this, it should still be an easy ability to avoid for an intermediate to advanced player. Knowing how to combo into Oklahoma Smash is very important to landing it successfully. Also, practicing how to mix your opponent up with this ability can help to guarantee some damage. At the end of this ability, All Might throws his target far forward, creating a lot of space between you. This can be useful for taking a break and gaining energy back after expending 2 or 3 bars in a combo. Oklahoma Smash costs 2 ability bars to use, so it's a bit of a gamble, more so than the much safer Carolina or Detroit Smash. Always use this move with caution. All Might's Awaken ability is called United States of Smash. This is a dash attack Awaken ability, but doesn't have the same range or speed as most Awaken abilities. This makes it very avoidable in longer ranges, so always use it reactively or as a combo ender, never to check an opponent at the longer range. This is fairly basic. Upon landing, the opponent will take a decent amount of damage. It's important to note that after this ability is finished, All Might and his opponent are neutral, and the opponent is knocked very far away. Again, useful for All Might to begin building energy again. This ability is fairly easy to cancel into from any combo string, and can even confirm from a missed Detroit Smash because of the knock-up hit stun. When you call upon All Might as an assist, he uses his Carolina Smash ability, which is his second one. Personally, I prefer to use his ability whilst playing as All Might rather than as the assist. This is simply because of the easier combo conversion you can get when playing as All Might instead of trying to time this assist correctly within your own combo. I personally find that easier. That doesn't mean that this isn't a good assist though. Being able to crumple an opponent with an assist is always effective. However, it is undeniably not as effective as Piccolo's crumple or Goro's hits and assist. So I'd say that this assist is mid to high tier. It's definitely something that requires practice to get the most use out of. As mentioned previously, All Might wants to constantly be up in his opponent's face, and his strongest tool to do so will always be Carolina Smash. I had to combo this ability with an assist that can crumple an opponent or set a continuous stream of damage and hits done onto them. A beam like Kaiba's knocks the opponent away upon ending, making it much harder to extend a combo. I personally prefer something like Deku or Kaguya being my current favourite to extend these combos and maximise my damage output. With such short dash ranges on his Awaken ability and Oklahoma Smash abilities, this is still All Might's best getting in tool. And once he's there, he's got the necessary tools to continue the pressure. Detroit Smash should be a solid combo ender in most situations and is also good to space check an opponent. As for Oklahoma Smash, always look to throw this out randomly in the middle of the pressure game to throw an opponent off. Otherwise, look to end a combo with this. All Might's assist isn't the greatest, so I always like to have him as my main first slot character to get the momentum rolling from the get-go and continue combos with my second slot character, no third character required. I can recommend All Might to almost anyone. He's incredibly fun to play and he's extremely simple to just pick up and start doing combos with because of his simple, straightforward moveset. Despite this, I've come to realise over time that All Might's true strength is hidden behind one's ability to know which attacks are right to use when, and also how to extend combos and maximise damage with assists. Having this knowledge takes All Might from a low/mid tier character straight to the higher tiers. His assist is underwhelming in comparison, however his damage, ease of use and moveset more than make up for this slight shortcoming. Guys, this has been the character overview for All Might. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.